Hello, I'm Kimberlie Acosta. Welcome to the Native News Update on Friday, August 6th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at our website, IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. An amended federal complaint filed August 5th alleges that the U.S. Census Bureau discriminated against minorities in its screening of applicants for temporary census jobs despite being warned about the process. The lawsuit filed in New York seeks class action status on behalf of 100,000 African Americans, Latinos, and Native Americans who were denied jobs because of the agency's rules regarding criminal records. If applicants had a past arrest, no matter how old, show up on screening, they had 30 days to provide official court documentation showing the disposition of their cases. The suit alleges that the agency knew the burden of producing these records would be too great an obstacle for many applicants. The amendment complaint cites a 2009 letter from the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission warning the Census Bureau that its screening process was overbroad and could run afoul of the Civil Rights Act. Despite broad support, legislation to finalize $4.6 billion in settlements with black farmers and American Indians stalled in the Senate again on August 5th. Lawmakers from both parties say they support resolving the long-standing claims of discrimination and mistreatment by federal agencies, but the funding has been caught up for months in a fight over spending and deficit, with Republicans and Democrats arguing over how to pay for them. Republicans have repeatedly blocked Democratic proposals and did so again on August 5th. This time, Senator John Barrasso argued that the settlement in the Indian case needs work and made a counteroffer that would change parts of it. Senator Byron Dorgan responded that it's not Congress's role to negotiate the case, which has been in court for 14 years, in which the Obama administration is under a court-ordered deadline to resolve. Audrey Patterson, who was arrested in last year's Four Corners artifact sting, was spared prison time. U.S. District Judge Dee Benson sentenced 56-year-old Patterson to 36 months probation and ordered him to keep off public and tribal lands for 3 years. Patterson was charged last year with unlawfully taking American Indian artifacts from public land and selling them to a federal informant. The judge said he was unusually swayed by letters the man's daughter sent to the court. Even without sending Patterson to prison, Benson said last year's artifact sting, which netted about 24 arrests, made an important point. Bellator Season 2 welterweight tournament runner-up Dan Hornbuckle will look to return to his winning ways following a June defeat suffered in the tournament championship when he faced off against the hard-hitting UFC veteran Brad Blackburn at the historic Chicago Theater on August 19th as a special feature fight at Bellator 25. Known for highlight reel knockouts and spectacular submissions, Hornbuckle has handled 10 of his previous victims via KO or TKO while finishing another 10 with his impressive ground game. The proud Native American cruised through the quarter and semifinal rounds of the Bellator Season 2 welterweight tournament with a pair of vicious first-round submissions before eventually failing to former U.S. Olympic wrestler Ben Askren in the finals. With his last several fights being finished on the canvas in one form or another, Hornbuckle is eager to test himself against the experienced and dangerous veteran with an established reputation as a fellow knockout artist. For more information, you can check out Bellator.com. The American Indian College Fund received a grant of $50,000 from the Michigan-based Ford Motor Company Fund and Community Services. The grant will be used to continue the Ford Motor Company Corporate Scholars Program for the 2010 and 2011 academic year, which will provide scholarship support to Native American students attending tribal colleges and mainstream universities. In addition to supporting the scholarship program for the past decade, the Ford Motor Company Fund has sponsored the American Indian College Fund's annual Flame of Hope Gala since 2003. At an August 14th gala, Dorothy Ramon Learning Center in Banning, California, will honor the sacrifices and services of American Indian military veterans and their families. The nonprofit Learning Center's annual Dragonfly Gala will feature tribal displays and a tribal color guard, share military memories, and present the annual Dragonfly Award for soaring achievements in saving and sharing Native American culture and history. Along with the military memories and tribal displays, the Dragonfly Gala will include a barbecue dinner, this year prepared and served by military veteran William Pink of Paula Reservation and his family, bird singing and dancing and other traditional Southern California American Indian music, and a silent auction. For more information on the gala, you can call 951-849-4676. And that's the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.